Hello guys, thank you for joining me today for a little meditation at the beach. This meditation is for the Mercury Retrograde, which takes place now after Venus Retrograde. It's occurring at the same time as Venus Retrograde, starting this week. And Mercury is this amazing, important planet, which is the closest to the Sun. And the planet Mercury is also linked to Gemini, the archetype Gemini, the twins, you probably know. This planet is linked to our thinking, our writing, the way we perceive things, how we gather information. So kind of like Gemini, Mercury also loves to gather information, experience everything the world has to offer, really collect all the information available, experience as much as possible. That's why it is also called the messenger of the gods, Mercury. If you have a strong Mercury in your chart, or if you are a Gemini sun or have lots of Gemini energy in your chart, you are probably a really good talker, a quick thinker, and love to gather information, be surrounded by people, like you're really sociable, and you probably love to absorb as many information as possible. Yeah, but we all know that sometimes all of this information can get a bit too much, and we need to pause, sit down, and digest the information. And this is where a retrograde comes in perfectly. Because retrogrades are kind of like a spring clean, they are perfect to pause, stop, and questioning certain patterns. Yeah. So retrograde doesn't mean that the information isn't coming through or isn't working. It might be that you have some difficulty expressing yourself, or that there's maybe some unclear conversation, like that communication is a bit harder at this time. So there's the focus of the mind turning inwards, which is good to reflect. So it is really the time to digest information that we maybe haven't processed yet. Mercury is the response of being conscious, the response of consciousness. And consciousness is bound to the ego, because Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun. And Mercury's orbit takes only 88 days around the Sun, which is really fast. And because it is so close to the Sun, which represents our ego, so this means our mind is bound to the ego. We observe things in the way our ego perceives it. Yeah, and it is good to pause and reflect and check if we see the things for what they are, or if we just see them for what we want them to be. So there's this danger of working with information that we haven't fully processed yet. So it's a good time during the retrograde to process information, to really digest the information and not to jump to conclusions. So retrogrades are always a time where it seems like the planet isn't moving, but it is actually moving. It's just an optical illusion that it seems like it is stagnant, not moving, that the information, the energy of the planet isn't coming through, but it still is. It just wants us to question our patterns, our values in this area. Mercury rules our consciousness, our mind, our thinking, the way we perceive, the way we speak, communication, how we listen, how we write. So we really want to reflect on these topics during the retrograde, and see what we value. We can journal on this. What communication style do we value? What are we good at? What way of communication are we really good at? Yes, so with this retrograde, we are pressing a reset button for information and the way we digest
perceive the information, how we want it to come through, how to handle it. Yeah, so because information moves really fast, like Mercury does, it only takes 88 days for its orbit around the sun. We are just overloaded with information all of the time, and it's good to take a break and close the information, like the tabs on your computer, like close them all and take a break and simply be, perceive, and then we can start again. Oh, there's a bumblebee. Okay, so when you are ready to meditate, find a comfortable seat. You can be kneeling or cross-legged. Maybe you have your hands on the knees or in your lap. See what feels intentionally good for you, and then lengthen through the spine. Relax the shoulders down, away from the ears.
Slightly drawing the chin towards the chest, and then closing the eyes when it feels right for you. And firstly taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lovely. Arriving at the location, making contact to the ground, forming a connection to the ground, to the earth underneath you, feeling the texture of the ground underneath you. Maybe it is warm, maybe it is cold, maybe it is a soft or hard surface. Feeling your feet and legs touching the ground, becoming aware of the temperature of the ground, and then noticing different temperatures within your body. Maybe your hands are warmer than your feet. Maybe your head is cooler than your chest. See where you can notice different body temperatures. Noticing where your skin is exposed and where it is covered with your clothes. If you are outside or inside, can you feel the air on your skin? Can you feel the air tickling your facial hair, the hair on your arms? Can you feel the wind in your hair blowing? Becoming aware of different sensations within your body. Maybe there's some softness, maybe some tightness or pain. becoming aware of it, acknowledging it and accepting it. Grounding a bit more with each in and exhalation. Inhale, breathing in deeply, filling the belly, filling the ribs, expanding. Exhale, breathing out, emptying the belly, emptying the lungs, pausing on empty, and then breathing in again, slowly and steady. Breathing in fresh oxygen, new life force energy, new prana, and exhale, breathing out anything stagnant, letting go. Whenever there's a thought occurring, coming up, you see it like a cloud popping up on the sky, acknowledging it, accepting it, and then seeing it pass, not getting attached to the thought. You can deal with it later, and then bringing the focus back onto the breathing. Breathing in slowly, in and out through the nostrils. Staying focused on your breathing and not getting distracted by maybe a distant sound or a close noise. Becoming aware of these things, but trying not to get distracted. Acknowledging it, seeing it, and then bringing the attention back inwards to yourself, to your breath. Seeing the power of your breath, which is always there for you, that can always guide you. Higher states of consciousness, the space in between your mind and your ego, your awareness, your state of simply being aware, existing, not judging, not getting attached, not labeling anything as good or bad, simply seeing the things as they are. We are pure consciousness. Let's try not to label our thoughts as good or bad. They are equally valid, showing us important information about things we need to change that are not working for us. Our thoughts are never there to punish us or to blame us or to make us feel bad. They're always there to guide us to our higher purpose, to have a fulfilled life, a happy life. Staying with the breath, breathing in and out deeply through the nostrils. Always coming back to your true essence, not getting distracted by sensations in the body or external noises. Always returning back to the breath, your awareness guiding you, not trying to change anything in this present moment, simply being in the here and now, because everything is well in the present moment. Everything is good just the